Dear friends, I am Dr. Arivalayan Arumugam. Today I am going to discuss about the basics of astrology, and this is lesson number 1 and session number 1. These are the basic things that one should know if he want to become an astrologer. So in this presentation I will cover the details of 9 planets that are used in the astrology and their karakas and the characters. The zodiac belt, how it is, how it look like, and how the Rasis and Natchatras are imbibed in the zodiac belt, and what are those 12 Rasi houses, their signs and their features, and how these 12 Rasi houses are classified, and the 27 Natchatras, their signs, their allocation to 12 Rasi houses and other informations. The 9 planets we know, they are the Sun, Moon, the Mercury, the Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. So here when you look at this details of the chart, Earth is treated as a center, and then the remaining planets are going around the Earth. So this is what is conceptualized in astrology. Stars and Sun only emit energy, Moon absorbs and reflects energy. So this is very important. Moon only absorbs and then reflects. It does not emit. Whereas Sun only emit energy. That's all. It's just keep on giving it. Planets receive the energy from stars and emit it back to Moon, and Moon in turn reflect it to the Earth. So this is how the stars gives the energy to the Earth. Mercury, Venus, Mars and Jupiter and Saturn do both absorbing and emitting energy, and then they have been allocated into 2 Rasis in the Rasi chart. Sun is the head of all planets, and it supervises other planets. Their activity allocate work and it supervises the other planets. Rahu and Ketu are the shadow planets. So there is no physical existence, and you can see in the diagram how the 2 paths of this Sun and the Moon paths, they intersect, and then you see the locations of Rahu and Ketu at the intersection. Actually, the zodiac belt is an imaginary, it is a really existing one, which is consists of lot of stars. And when we look from the Earth, this star, the zodiac belt, we conceptualize some area or segment of the zodiac belt into some kind of an image. And these images are called the Rasi houses. So in our case, in astrology, they have divided the zodiac belt into 12 Rasi houses, and these Rasi names are the Mesh Rasi, Rishabha Rasi, Mithuna Rasi, Karagha Rasi, Simha Rasi, Kanni Rasi, Tulam Rasi, Vrichika Rasi, Dhanus Rasi, Makara Rasi, Kumbha Rasi, and Meena Rasi. And in the same way, the zodiac belt is also divided into 27 Natchatra groups. That is also another thing that we have to understand, that the zodiac belt is divided into 27 Natchatra groups. At the same time, the zodiac belt is divided into 12 Rasi houses. So how the 27 Natchatras, they are inside these 12 Rasi houses. How that which Natchatra will get into which Rasi house, we will discuss. I will explain further. So, but the idea is that the entire zodiac belt is divided into 12 Rasi houses of equal 30 degrees, and each house has got a icon or a sign to identify that segment. And the same way, the 27 Natchatras also have icons for identification purpose, and these 27 Natchatras are assigned to the 12 Rasi houses that we will see. Next, now you see each of the 12 Rasi houses have also the Rasi lords. So what they have done, these 9 planets, they have assigned to the owner of some Rasi house. And in this case, Sun and Moon, they are assigned to only one house. So Sun is the owner of the Simha Rasi and the Moon is the owner of the Karagha Rasi. So there, on the, if you see on this template of Rasi houses, which is conventionally used, it is on the right hand side. If you see at the Sun is there at that, it is treated as Rasi number 5 from Mesh Rasi, and then Moon is treated as the Rasi number 4, once more Rasi number 4, which is Karagha Rasi. But in astrology, what they normally tell is that first they consider, give number 1 means that is the time cycle, time wheel. It starts from, the time wheel starts from the Mesh Rasi based on the Sun's movement. That is in the beginning of the summer, that Sun will come closer to the earth when Sun is in the Mesh Rasi. So that is treated as the first Rasi in the time wheel, Kalachakra, time wheel or Kalachakra. Then the second Rasi, third Rasi, fourth Rasi, that is how they are numbered here, just for the understanding purpose of the time wheel. And if you see, as I earlier told you, that the planets like Mercury, Venus, Mars and Jupiter, Saturn, so they also observe and reflect. So they have been assigned with the 2 houses. So that you can see here on the chart that the Rishabha Rasi and the Libra, Tulam Rasi are owned by Venus, and the Mesha Rasi and the Vrichaka Rasi are owned by Mars, and this Rishabha Rasi and Tulam Rasi are owned by Venus, and Mesha Rasi and this Vrichaka Rasi are owned by Mars, and this Meena Rasi and Dhanusu Rasi are owned by the Jupiter, and this Makara Rasi and Kumbha Rasi are owned by Saturn. So this is what the allocation of the ownership. So, and Sun and Moon are very closer, that is how they are depicted here, because they are the prime people. The Sun is the father, the Moon is the mother, so they kept it closer. And then next to Sun is, you have it naturally in physical form, it is the Mercury is closer to the Sun, so they kept the Mercury here. And then next comes the Venus, then Mars, then the Jupiter, then the Saturn, in the order in which they are in the circular path in the solar system. And each Rasi is equal to 30 degrees. So 360 by 12 is equal to 30 degrees. Why are we discussing about the degrees? Because the planets will be moving in this, in the cyclic form in each planet, other than Rahu Ketu. All the remaining planets, 7 planets, move in the circular form. So in order to identify at the time of birth where this particular planet is there located, for that purpose this degree is used. So suppose here this is in the Mesha Rasi, it starts from 0 degree to 30 degree. Always the 0 starts from the beginning of Mesha Rasi. So 0 degree to 30 degree, then Rishabha Rasi is 30 degree to 60 degree, then the Mithuna Rasi is 60 to 90 degrees, then Karagha Rasi is 90 to 120 degrees, and then Simha Rasi is 120 to 150 degrees, then Kanya Rasi is 150 to 180 degrees, and so on and so forth until this Meena Rasi. So Meena Rasi ends at 360, next it starts, Mesha Rasi starts at 0. That is the idea behind this, using this degree, and each Rasi is equally allocated to 30 degrees, and this is the permanent feature of the horoscope. This you should see, that it is same for everybody. It is not different. So here, that, but this place is always called as Mesha Rasi. This place is always called as Rishabha Rasi, and it is owned by Lord Venus. So it is like that. Okay. So now let us see the next one. Now what they have done, in order to identify the each Rasi, they have given a symbol. Okay, they are given a symbol so that we can visualize the symbol and we can remember them easily, because symbolic representation helps us to easily remember things. Because if we know that a picture is of 1,000 words, So here if you see in Mesh Rashi, they have allocated the symbol of this goat. Then you have the cow or bull, and then you have the twins. Then we have the crane. Then we have the lion, and we have the virgin girl. Then we have the balance. Then we have the scorpion. Then we have the human body, and you have this bow and arrow. And then we have this Capricorn is a single-headed goat head. Then we have this pot with water for Kumbha Rasi, and Meena Rasi, the two fishes. So these are all the things that we have to remember them, so that we can, once it comes to our mind, as I suppose Buddha Rasi, then we talk about twin things. Everything is twin. There we talk about twin things. So something like that. So here, if you see this is the goat, it is always some kind of a mobile one, and it is having high force, and it always try to fight, and it lives with the group like that. So that is what we have to infer from the symbols that I will tell you now in detail. So the Mesh Rasi, if you see the symbol is goat. When we see a flock of sheep, at least 2 sheep are knocking each other. They do not know what fear is, and they are very brave, and they always climb, not descend. If you see, easily they will climb. They can breed in any season, and lust is high, so they do daily intercourse. This is the nature of the Mesh Rasi. Now Rishabh Rasi also, like it is a cow, they do the hard work, and cows are accustomed to a particular job and will not easily change their habits, and they can breed in any season. They do daily physical intercourse, and lust is also more for Rishabh Rasi. Now if you see Gemini, Gemini or the Midhuna Rasi, they look like they like to be with their fellow human beings, and they do negotiations between humans and cannot be alone. They cannot live alone and want to live love and friendship, always talking to someone. If you see them, they will always talk to someone, and they will talk in double meaning. Because of the word twin is there, so they will speak one word only, but it will have 2 meanings. Always talking to someone, and good ambassadors. They are the good ambassadors, and they also have very high love. Now this Karagha Rasi is a grab symbol, and grab symbol is a symbol of motherhood, because it is very fond of carrying her cubs, and very cautious, and do not trust anyone completely, and have high affection, love and affection. And the next one is the Simha Rasi, and the Simha is as a lion, and lion is the king of the forest. So lion hunts animals when only hungry, and the remaining time it is resting and sleeping, and not worried about anything, and do not take anything seriously also. Something happens, it leaves it. It does not take any seriously, and always want to relax. Not always want others to enter into that territory. If somebody comes into that territory, then it will become angry. So they always like to be alone and do not want others to interfere in their freedom. So this is an important thing for Simha Rasi. Now you see the Kanya Rasi or the Virgo, and Virgo people wants to look beautiful. If they see, they will do always the makeup, and they want to be young also, and they want to be sexy also. And this Virgo sign is assigned to the sign is refers to the unmarried status, like a virgin girl. So that's what it is. That is that Kanya Rasi. Then we have Tulam Rasi or Libra. We see the symbol is the balance scale. So balance scale is used in trade and business in olden day, in ancient days. And so to represent it represents the balancing anything, and they want to be a business savvy, and they are always neutral, because they want to they want to do business with all the people. So they are very always neutral, and that is the way that this Kanya Rasi is, Tulam Rasi is there. Then next comes the Scorpion, Vrishchiga Rasi. Now Scorpion always lives in hidden places, and so it is not openly, it is not open, so it is always hidden, lives in hidden places, And two scorpions do not live in the same place. This is one feature that we have to understand, that they don't live in the same place. Even if they live like that, they will fight each other and die. So they will fight and die. Qualities like rivalry and jealous are very high in Scorpion Rasi. If female scorpion hatches, the mother scorpion will die immediately after giving birth to the child, and thus willing to make any sacrifice. So they are ready to make sacrifices. Then comes the Dhanusu Rasi, Sagittarius. So here it is like a villain, okay, because it is the symbol is they have given this half of horse and half of human head, remaining is human head, and with a bow and arrow. So fighting. So naturally harness mental integrity, because they have to focus on the target. So they have high integrity, mental integrity, and they are more intuition oriented. So that is the character of the this thing. And then next comes the Capricorn. So it is actually the Makara Rasi, and it is symbol is the sea goat. It has a half goat and half fish. The body is fish and the head is the goat head. And it is staying in one place. If you see in the sea goat in the ocean water, you would have seen in the pictures that it will stand always erect in one place, and always look out for their bone things. So you just look out for its requirements and place close attention to surrounding, but will act as though they know nothing. So that is what it will behave. And more patience and utilize and any opportunity that come to them. So they grab if there is any opportunity. Okay, so that is called Capricorn. Then we have the Aquarius, Kumbha Rasi, that is the part with the water, and it is symbol of collection and storage. If you see, it is a symbol of collection and storage, and act of profit, and expect help from anyone, ready to carry the burden of others, and because it is like it will work like a slave. So that is another feature of this Kumbha Rasi. Then comes the Meena Rasi, which is two fishes. Always Meena Rasi, fishes clean themselves and its surroundings, so they are highly disciplined. They cannot tolerate a small mistake. They are highly disciplined people, and they also move in groups. So these are the characters of the Rasi houses. There are other characters are there, but I just wanted to present only the basic things, and if you type it in the internet, the name of the Rasi houses, you can find the more detailed description. But always remember the icon of the Rasi house and this basic feature that you have to understand. So this is what it is. Now again, the same zodiac belt from 0 degree to 360 degrees is divided into 27 Natchatras, and each Natchatra is 13 degree 20 minutes. So each Natchatra is equal to, because 360 by 27 you get 13 degree 20 minutes. And each planet is allocated with the 3 Natchatras. So this is the table that you get to this, say for example, in the right hand side you see the list of all the 27 Natchatras, and on the third column, the last column, I have given the Lord names. So here if you see, Aswini Lord is Ketu, Bharani Lord is Venus, Kritika Lord is Sun, and then Rohini is Moon, Mrigashira Mars. So like that it so on so forth up to Revati, whose Lord is Mercury. The same thing I presented here, how each Lord owns 3 planets. If you see here, Ketu, the right hand side you see, Ketu is Aswini, Magha and Moolam. So here in the left hand side table also you see Aswini, Magha, Moolam, they belongs to Ketu. So for easy understanding, I have condensed the right hand side table to left hand side table. So this is how the allocation of the lords to the 27 Natchatras. So what we have to remember is that the lords, they own the Natchatras as well as they own the Rasi houses. So that you should remember. And the allocation is different from the Rasi ownership. That you should also clearly understand. It is not that if sun is Simha Rasi, Simha Lord, that only all the sun's stars will be there in Simha Rasi. It is not like that. So you please understand. I will show you the how they are allocated in the. So here it is. This is the on the outer circle. You see all the symbols for the Natchatras, and the second circle from the outer second middle circle is the symbol for the Rasis. So if you see here, this Simha Rasi, so it has got Megha Natchatra and Punarpusa Natchatra and Purya Natchatra. So here if you see here that this is the symbol that they have. Okay, so here this is the Rasi, and the outer is the Natchatras. So this is how they are assigned. But you will also see another details here. See here it is given the more clearly in this table in the Astra horoscope chart. We are telling where the Nasha Rasi is there. You can see Vricha Rasi, which are all the planets. Ashwini is there, Bharani is there, Kritika is there, and Kritika is also there in Vrishika. Okay, that is one thing you have to understand. A star has got 4 padas. And in case of Nasha Rasi, Ashwini, all the 4 padas of Ashwini are located, all the 4 padas of Bharani are located, and one of the bhavas of the Kritika is also located in Mesha, and remaining 3 padas of Kritika are located in Rishabha Rashi. So what is that we have to understand is that all the 27 Natchatras are divided, each one is divided into 4 padas, so you get 108 padas, and if you divide the 108 padas by 12 Rasis, you will get 9 padas. So 9 padas comes to each Rasi house. So this is one important thing. So sometimes junction points between 2 Rasis will be connected by one same Nakshatra but different padas. So padas are nothing but further divisions, because first we have the Rasi, then we have the Nakshatra, and again these padas are further division of that the 3 degree 20 minute into further division of 4 padas. This is the pada system is our traditional Vedic astrology method. So just I am presenting it for the purpose of understanding what is pada. Okay, it is further fine tuning. Okay, this is the horoscope template, and if you see on the right hand side, our zodiac belt has got the stars first, then the Rasi houses are there, segments which are our imaginary segments of the 12 houses. Then these 12 houses are converted into a table and with all 12 boxes, and this is the template that we will be using for the horoscope. So once you see this template, actually it is derived from the zodiac belt, and the 12 divisions are written as 12 boxes, and only in each box the planet positions will be there. So this is for this rectangular form for easy understanding of the houses. Okay, so this is a typical chart where how the planets are located in the Rasi houses. If you see in this case, the planet, say for example, Moon is in 45 degree and 20 minutes and 3 seconds. Same way the other planets are there, and you will also notice something called this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that we will come to, I will explain in another slide in section 2. They are called bhavas. These are Rasi houses, but this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are called the bhavas. This is bhava number 1 starting point, bhava number 2 starting point, bhava number 3 starting point. So once you feed the date of birth, time of birth and place of birth into the software, then it generates this table and tell you, give you all the angles of the bhavas and the angles of the planets. Okay. Now classification of this Rasis I will explain now. Rasis are classified based on their mobility. That is three factors are considered here. That is movable Rasis, fixed Rasis, and dual Rasis. Dual Rasis have both movement and fixed. So And movable nature is always active persons. So Rasis, movable Rasis are always active, not in one place, and they are development oriented. That is, they will keep on improving from one step to another. And the fixed nature is always stays in one place, and it refers to accumulation of wealth in one place, like that. Then this dual nature is always move sometime and stay for some time. So they are changing moods, so they also change, attention they change. The next classification is that the Rasis are also classified into fiery Rasi, earthy Rasi, airy Rasi and watery Rasi. So here it refers to the primal energy and consciousness that operate within us. The person operates under elemental rhythm. It is used to find the places where the wife will come from. For example, when somebody is asking when he will get married, he is asking where my wife will come from. For that time, that purpose, we use this classification. And also fire means it is destroying by burning. So fire is something like it is always hot. And water means it is a liquid form, so it is flexible and it adjusts to the environment when it is flowing. And airy means lightweight and it's highly fast, it's movable, highly fast and easily go to one place to another place, like something like that. And earth means solid nature. So this is what the characters of the four elements. Then classification based on diversity, that is what is the single-legged Rasi, double-legged Rasi, four-legged Rasi, multiple-legged Rasi. These are used for finding details as how many children will be born, how many wives one person will have, both conventional and unconventional, and how the ownership of the assets, whether the person I will have one house or I will have two houses, one vehicle or two vehicle, or two-wheeler or four-wheeler or multiple axle trucks, like that. Okay. So here if you see here, all the four corners are two legs Rasis, and this Mesha Rasi and Vrichika Rasi and Simha Rasi are four-legged because they are the animals. We know that goat, cow and lion. And this Kumbha Rasi, Makara Rasi and Tulam Rasi are single-headed because we said that the balance has got at the needle, it is needle which is holding both the items. So it is called the one, the needle is one point. So it is single leg. Then similarly here in the Makara Rasi, the goat head is one. And here in Kumbha Rasi, the part is also one. So that is what it is. But in case of Vrichika Rasi and this Karagha Rasi, they have multiple legs. So this is very, very important. We have to know when we apply for this, knowing the other details like marriage, number of children and ownership of assets. Then the Rasis are also classified male to female. So first Mesha Rasi is called male, and then right hand side female, then next one male, female, like that. It is used for selecting the life partner before marriage, and also knowing the sex of the children to be born. Then classification of Rasi based on infertile or sterile. So this is another classification, starts with sterile at Mesha Rasi, then fertile, then it comes alternately, it comes changes. So here Mesha, Midhuna, Simha, Kanya are sterile Rasi houses and remaining are fertile. These are applied to get basic idea about that childbirth probabilities, chances. Next, the Rasi houses are also assigned with different human parts, and this is used for purpose of identifying the diseases or health issues. So Mesha Rasi refers to the head and the face always. Okay. And Rishabha Rasi refers to the ear, the nose, the mouth, the neck. Mithuna Rasi refers to shoulders. Karagha Rasi refers to upper chest and lungs. Simha Rasi is heart and chest. Kanya Rasi is hip and spinal cord. Tulam Rasi is uterus, kidney, digestive organs. Vrichika Rasi is genitals and anus. and Dhanusu Rasi is thigh, Makara Rasi is knee, Kumbha Rasi is ankle, and Meena Rasi is foot. So this is used to find out what kind of, where the disease will come in the body. The same thing I put it in the human picture. You see the Mars, the Aries is the head, and you know the Lord is Mars. The Taurus is the this area, the eye, the nose and the mouth, and so throat. So that is Venus. Then, so same way the other things are coming. Then this here, if you see here in this table, it same thing is given in the form of table, that human body part. Sun refers to pure blood, heart, chest, and right eye for male and left eye for females. Moon is left eye for male, right eye for female. Various liquids produced by glands, they are also controlled by moon, and lungs is also controlled by moon. Same way the other planets I have written there. Okay, this is one important thing is called Kalachakram. As I told you earlier, always this is the fixed nature. So Mesa Rasi is number 1 in the Kalachakra, and Vrishya Rasi is number 2, Mithuna Rasi is 3, 4, 5, like that it goes. And from 15th April to 15th May, that time the sun travels in Mesa Rasi. That is very, very important. Our entire horoscope is based on sun's movement. It is divided based on the sun's movement. So 15th April to 15th May, sun is in Mesa Rasi. Then 15th May to 15th June, sun is in Rishabha Rasi. So like that it moves, keep on moving, and this goes on. One round it completes for 12 Rasis, 1 year is completed. So this is just for the sake of understanding the how the time wheel works, Kalachakra works. So this is how they always permanently allocated the numbers of 1, 2, 3 here, and Mesa Rasi, Rishabha Rasi here. This is based on the moon's positions. And I will explain later how this Kalachakra concept is applied in predicting the basic qualities of the person. 30% they are telling, the astrologers are telling that, the experienced gurus are telling that 30% of the predictions are closely related to this Kalachakra concept. Then comes the Vimshotri Dasha. Okay, so what we discussed, what is this one is that to find out when an event will happen, we have to focus on this Vimshotri Dasha. And there are several types of Dasha calculations are there, but KP astrology uses only Vimshotri Dasha, so that's why I am only explaining this Vimshotri Dasha only. That is enough for us to know. Here in this case, each planet is given a particular duration. For example, Ketu Dasha will be for 7 years, Venus Dasha will be for 20 years, Sun Dasha will be for 6 years, Moon Dasha will be for 10 years, Mars Dasha will be for 7 years, Rahu Dasha will be for 18 years, Jupiter 16 years, Saturn 19 years, Mercury 17 years. Now, when a person is born, based on the date and time and place of birth, the moon position in one of the 12 rasis. Moon will be there in one of the 12 rasis at that time. And it will be within that 12 rasi, it will be in one of the 27 Natchatras. So we can know when moon is there at the time of birth, we have to know which rasi moon is located, which Natchatra it is located. These two information we take. Then this Rasi is called as Birth Rasi, where the moon is placed in the horoscope at the time of birth, is called the Birth Rasi. Simply say Rasi also, some people say refers to that Rasi in which moon is there. So that is what you have to understand. They will ask, what is your Rasi? My Rasi is Rishabha Rasi. So it means that where is moon located in your horoscope? That is the question. But they ask like that in conventionally the people. And the Natchatra is called the Birth Natchatra, where the moon falls. into which Natchatra? That is called the birth Natchatra. So after a person is born, he started growing. And the moon is also moving. When the person is growing, the moon is also moving from one Natchatra to another Natchatra through the 12 Rasi houses. The movement of the moon after the birth of the person decides the first Dasa Bhukti Antara. After the first balance birth Dasa is completed, he will go to the next Dasa. He will get the next Dasa. Then he will come the next Dasa in the same order in which it is listed here. Suppose a person is born in the Rishabha Rasi, in the Rogini Natchatra at this location, and at that point, because this Natchatra has got 10 years time, so based on the degree point between that starting from here to here, at degree point, what degree point the moon was located, we know from the software exactly. So that pinpoints the remaining years of Dasa available for him. So suppose in my case I born into Rogini at a particular angle, and I have balance, I have left out 5 years and 25 days. So that means I will spend my 5 years and 25 days in moon Dasa only, immediately after the birth. Next, I completed 5 years and 25, my age has become 5 years and 25 days. Then I go get, my Dasa will be Mars Dasa, that will go for 7 years. Then comes Rahu Dasa, that goes for 18 years. Then comes Jupiter Dasa, that goes for 16 years. Then comes Saturn Dasa, that goes for 19 years. So right now I am in Saturn Dasa. So this is how and again this Dasa is divided into Bhuktis and Antaras. Here you see Dasa Lord, Ketu, Venus, and then they have given the Ketu is subperiod they have given. So each Dasa has got Bhuktis. These Bhuktis are further divided into 9 divisions, and each division is owned by one planet, and always the first Dasa Bhukti will be the Lord of in the name of the Lord of the Dasa, that particular Dasa. So Ketu Dasa starts with the Ketu Bhukti, then you have the Venus Bhukti, then we have the Sun Bhukti, then we have the Moon Bhukti, then we have the Mars Bhukti, like that. Venus Dasa starts with this same Venus Bhukti, then Sun Bhukti, then Moon Bhukti, like that. Then Sun Dasa starts with the Sun Bhukti, Moon Bhukti here. So the table gives us the breakup period under each Dasa for each Bhukti, and further these Bhuktis are also divided into Antaras in the same proportion. How they divide is based on the proportion. 7 divided by 120, this is 120 years. So 7 divided by 120 into that 7 by 7 years will give you 4 months and 27 days. Something like that. They divide, it's similar to the calculation, and they find the 7-year period they take, and they take the proportion value 7 by 120. 7 into 7 by 120 will give you 4 months and 27 days for Ketu Bhukti. Same way for Venus Bhukti, it will give 14 months and 0 days. For Sun Bhukti, 4 months, 6 days. So this is a simple calculation, but for the better understanding I have given here. So this is what it is. Dasa is a long period of time in years. Bhukti is lesser, and then Dasa period lesser than the Dasa period, and Bhukti is normally in months and few years, sometimes 2 years will come. Antara is still lesser than Bhukti period, days and months. So KP uses Vimshotri Dasa, and this is used to find when a particular promised event will occur. So that is what it is. So when I will get married, then we have to do we have to take this Vimshotri Dasa table, or the Vimshotri Dasa table for each person, for that particular person, and then do some calculations based on current ruling planets, and then we can easily locate when the event will happen. Those things we will see in the detailed classes which are going to follow. Okay, this is another one I just want to tell about the Karaghas of the planets. See here, these are the, you always remember these images. Sun, you see here, the burning, always burning. It's non-stop burning, it's the emitter, it's a giver. it allocates, it supervises, it's the head of the solar system. So it is always in a head position. Okay, so that is what the characteristics of the sun. And moon is mostly silicate rock. It is made out of silicate rock, and the earth we know what it is. Mars is rusted and cold form. Mercury is also rock, so but it's hot. And it is hot. But Jupiter is a big fall of methane. So that is another feature of Jupiter. Venus is cloudy and hot. So it is surrounded by clouds and it is also hot. And Saturn is rings are there and ice crystals. Found by ice crystals, its rings are there. So this is the way the planets physically look like. And these are the Karaghas of the planets. So Sun is the royal character, generosity, compassion, excitement, and Sun refers to father. Moon, purity and wisdom, love children, no? So it is purity and wisdom, and serenity, sweet person, happy person, but unstable mood, changing, keep on changing, because moon changes its phases. 14 days it will be ascending, 14 days it will be descending. So moon's this thing also changes the mood. First changes the mood and changes in the life. Changes that brings in the life is also referred to as moon. And it represents mother. Mars is royal character again, but a cruel person, rough and tough person, enmity and brutality. And generally it refers to younger brother. Mercury, purity and wisdom. That is very, very important in Mercury, purity and wisdom. And the wise persons, unstable speech. Unstable means that they will speak, but it will contain two meanings. So that is what it is. And then, so that is, they will say something, but they may do something, they may also talk something else differently. Intelligent people, they are the knowledgeable people, they look for knowledge. And they quickly understand and grasp everything. And they generally become experts. Son-in-law and daughter-in-law refers to the Mercury planet. Jupiter, the purity and wisdom again. Decisive knowledge, virtue, and it refers to elder brothers and elder sisters and seniors, gurus. All these people comes under Jupiter. Venus, again, it's a royal character. Imagination of Venus is very, very high. So imaginating power is given to a person by Venus. Engaging with and entertainment devices. So whatever it is that entertainment in life, we have various forms of entertainments. All are given by Venus, and it refers to the lover. If it is refers to the life partner. Saturn is of lazy character, delaying character, dull person, and they may keep on wanting to do something and in the same thing, and they want to become research experts in that. So it is very slow, dull, and immoral life. Certain people, they live immoral life, and they also get punishments because of that. Generally, workers and ancestors are referred to as Saturn. Rahu is a lazy, again, outrageous nature, rough person, teasing others. You have seen this the President of America, Trump. So Trump is having a high Rahu effect. So you know how he talks in the meetings. He will tell he knows everything in the world, and he don't respect anybody else in front of him, and he will not allow them also to talk. He will keep on talking, exaggerating. That is the biggest character of this Rahu. Rahu is exaggerate. Simple things it will exaggerate and show a different picture to the outsiders. And Rahu lives in hidden places, because we know that it is the intersection point of the sun and moon path. So grandfather is referred to Rahu. Unknown persons are also referred to Rahu. Then Ketu is also lazy but highly conscious person. Generally Ketu is a Jnana Karagha. They call it as Jnana Karagha. And speech that ensures others. So they were polite and this thing. So brothers, sisters, father are referred to Ketu. So this is the character of the planets, just for basic understanding. Then the sun planet refers to ego and soul. Sun is the soul of the person, self, highest enlightenment, motion, moon refers to emotions and mind, It affects the mind and mother and sensitivity and mass, strength, courage, aggression. Mercury, speech, communication, commerce and trade. Jupiter, higher wisdom, intelligence, laws, martial wealth, and material wealth and the state of expansiveness. Venus, desire, sensual pleasures, luxury, beauty, comfort, all comes under Venus. Saturn, obstacles, sorrows, hard work, bad luck, misfortune, all happens during the Saturn Dasa. Rahu, karma, what that karma is doing, it will punish him. Eccentricities, disturbances, and foreign things. So foreign travel, foreign wife, foreign study, foreign job, all are we look at Rahu and if it is there, it is highly probable thing. Ketu also spirituality, detachments and outcasts. So this is the Karaghas of the planet. So this is the last slide I wanted to explain is that here we have one important concept I want to tell. How the cosmic human control system works. Suppose we say that in our horoscope that Mercury is placed in the Ashwini star. Because Ashwini we know belongs to Mesa Rasi and we say that Mercury is placed in the Ashwini star. Then how the control system works? The Ashwini star sends its energy to Mercury and that Mercury sends that energy to Moon. And the Mercury also adds something because it has got some emitting is there. It also receives light and from sun and it also receives from Ashwini and it is also receiving from sun and it combines and it gives but mostly it will be dominated by Ashwini's emissions and that will come to the moon, it will send it to the moon. Suppose we say Jupiter is at the same time at the time of birth is there in the Rohini star. So Rohini will send the emissions to Jupiter and Jupiter will send it to the moon. This is how that each planet based on which star they are located they receive the results from the stars and then they transmit it to the moon. Moon in turn send it to the earth and control the humans. This is how the system of astrology works according to Vedic astrology. So this is very an important concept you have to understand. So in order to predict what a planet, what results they will give, but so we have to know in which star it is located. So that is very important point. The planet gives the results of its Natchatra. This is very basic thing that we have to know. Not only its character it will give, but it will also give the results of the Natchatra. That is very important in the astrology thing.